a good weekend. We drafted a little bit.
Hold on for a sec. I saw what I did wrong. That was me. That was me.
Are we back?
We,
Are we
we,
back?
we, we, we live now, so hey, I got one more week before the season starts to get this thing going straight. But yeah, we back, we live. It's on you.
Hey, we here, man. Hey, what's going on? It's Rodney, it's Jay. Good?
Yeah,
Good?
we should be good.
All right.
I'm just messing up stuff. But you know, how's your week been?
Hey, man, it's been excellent, man. Draft last week. We did some stuff. Hey, man, it's been a great week. I felt my draft was good. So just coming here to talk about it, do some bold predictions, and we got the third man tonight. We got Tony. So part of the crew is back. So let's get it cracking. You know how we do.
Yeah, we got everybody in the house. The people on the top row. We're here every week, and apparently I'm still having problems because I'm told I can't be heard that well. Let me check my mic again. It was working earlier. Let me see. Let me know if give me a sign, a thumbs up if that fixed anything. If not, I can keep wiggling and working things a little bit better. I saw some thumbs go up. So yeah, we're up here. Then we got like Roddy said, we got the third man joining us, Shaq, and then Tony. I was talking with Tony earlier. I was like, I don't know, it might be like 3A and 3B because I ain't gonna say who's the A and who's the B, but they both
always the A, Mike.
Welcome. We got Mike D Inspires joining us, and we got Justin. I haven't seen you in a while.
See you in a while, Justin.
Good to see you, brother. I think we got Tony. I don't know. I'm still seeing just the Skype logo.
Yeah.
Tony, say something. Talk to us.
Talk to us, Tony. Talk to us, Tony.
Tony Technology strikes again.
So, man, what's going on?
Tony Technology strikes
there
again.
You go. There you went. All right, then. Yo, keep your camera on somehow. But Justin said he got drafted his 5th pick. He got a pick 4. He wants Brian Robinson. Who doesn't? We talked about drafts last week. Rodney and I had a fantasy football draft this weekend. Want to show a couple of things from there, just for those. We talked about this league last year. We showed you something. It's a really heavy quarterback league. So you can see the first pick off the board was Patrick Mahomes because he's the greatest. That won't me, but I did have the first pick in another one, and I made the exact same pick. But we had some good time with some friends celebrating at Hooters. We had somebody kind of break you can see the long string of quarterback shows, and just somebody went off the board with the first wide receiver, of course, being Justin Jefferson. We had Jasper Lewis, a senior, joining us at the boards. Me and my famous notebook. so hey, if you haven't had your draft yet, you might want to go look at some of those running backs I got highlighted over there. So that was cool. Tony was joining us. We got some words for Tony because we're in a couple of leagues with Tony, and he has already been very active with his trades. And so we are going to talk about said trades a bit tonight. But yeah, shout out to the people in Hooters. We had a really good time. And, we're here to help you guys out. If you hit your draft already, we want to hear how your team got put together. If you haven't hit your draft and you have some questions about who you should go for, let us know that as well. But, it's good. It's good. Shaq, you be proud of me because I got Mike Evans in literally every draft I've had this season.
Guess who doesn't have Mike Evans in one league?
Would that be you?
But let me tell you how petty my co-host is.
Uh-oh.
On the turn, I said, all right, nobody's even right now. Man gets up out of his seat, looks right as soon as he started looking at me, go up to the floor. I was like, he gonna do it. And the man looked right at me and drafted Mike Evans.
Looked at you. Why?
Hold up. So the story goes also like this. It wasn't my pick. So it was somebody in front of me
That's what made it funny.
That's what made it even
Yeah.
funnier, right? So I was like, oh man, I thought it was my pick because in my mind I was like, you know what? I got something for Shaq. I'm going up there. I'm taking Mike Evans, and I know he's seen. I was gonna flip it and show it to him before I put it on the board. But then it was like, right, they didn't show go. I was like, oh man. So I already put it on the board, and the dude was like, well, you might as well let me keep Mike Evans then. I was like,
Yeah, so
you know what?
You ain't
Right.
even get him. Yeah, good for you. That's what you get for trying to.
I ain't even get him. So it's cool though. I ain't mad at it, but it's all good. I knew he was gonna say something because that's why I did it. So I was good. I wanted to see.
trying to be spiteful.
He's like, that's all right though. You know, might get a trade for him later on in the draft. I mean, later on in the season.
I went and got Chris Godwin, so it's all right.
Okay, I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to do some mic setups.
Tony Technology is still
Tony,
right there.
I don't know what's happening with Tony. Tony, just keep talking, and we'll see if you
Tony
get back
Technology.
over here.
Tony, mic is muted. Your mic muted, Tony.
Tony
Yeah.
Technology. Oh god.
At any rate,
Eh?
what? I don't know.
You talking to his
You need to get that 4G because something's happening.
the lead cable, man.
How's everything setting together? Say what? Alright. Cool. Alright. So he's with us somewhere in the interwebs. Of course we got our producer here, who have you had any I think you have your first draft coming up, right? Producer? Who's not listening to me? Alright then. Is my stuff bad? We're in the same room.
I can hear you.
Alright.
I hate too.
There goes Tony. Alright. Well, we'll get back to the producer later. Maybe she'll be paying attention at another time. So we're here tonight to talk about our bold predictions. We got one more show before the season starts, and so we want to just take a moment to go over what we think will have every year. We go through what our boldest hot takes on what we think is going to happen this football season. So we're going to be doing that for everybody. But
this is the most wonderful time of year.
It is.
Oh my God. We have college football starting Saturday, NFL Thursday. My girl ain't never gonna see me out there listening. I was like, hey baby, let me tell you how this go on Sunday. Yeah, don't play nothing. I said, don't play nothing on no Sunday and certain Saturdays. Don't play nothing.
Yeah.
Cause I will not be there.
Say, hey baby, you know we ain't doing this today, so don't worry about it.
Ain't no baby showers, funerals, weddings, nothing. We not going. Well, I'm not going.
Wow. I won't be there. Oh no, that's crazy.
Well, before we get into our bold predictions, the women's draft. Welcome Nita to the show. I see women's fantasy football draft is on Labor Day. So it'd be good to see how y'all do with that one. But before we go to our bold predictions, let's start off with some just NFL news. There's been some interesting things. What you got? We'll start with Rodney because
so we got
obviously my sound for a sec.
We got Jonathan Taylor. He is not being traded, which a lot of people drafted him, especially this weekend. People drafted him kind of high for my liking, knowing the situation and knowing that he could be out on the pup list for 4 games. So I wouldn't have took him as high as people took him, but that's just me. But yeah, he hasn't been traded. He's gonna be a coach. So at the end of the day, he got to sit out 4 games, and we got to go from there. We just don't know the status of when he gonna play because we don't know how hurt he is. To be honest with you, like I've been telling you, I don't think he's hurt, but I don't think he's in game shape to play because I know he's been sitting. He hasn't been at training camp, so that's why I think he's on the pup list. To be honest with you, that's just my take on it. Though I could be wrong. So, what you think, Shaq?
I think he's perfectly fine, but I have a lot of shares of Jonathan Taylor in a lot of leagues, and I'm highly upset at this right now. But I was getting him for value, like RJ said, he's coming around the turn in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, and he's still sitting there. I was like, I got to take this flyer. Like I have to draft him, and just keep him on the bench. If he gets traded, cool. If he sits for 4 games, even cool. He'll come back week 5,
Yeah.
and I'm like, now I have a legit RB1 that could just come off the bench or my flex spot because somebody else might come through and shine. And I think he's fine. They just really wanted to keep him on the public. They didn't want him to do anything to hurt himself in camp or anything, and that'll mess up his trade value. But I think the coach, Jim Irsay, kind of sabotaged that. I think he put too much dip on his chip and was asking for way too much. Like, he was asking for multiple number ones and legit number 1 receivers and weapons. He didn't want to trade him. He gonna make that man stay at Colt.
Well, that's what I find weird is they don't want to pay running backs top flight money,
Right.
but you want to get top flight value for them.
Like return for him.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, if you don't really want to pay him, because he's came out and said multiple times that he was not paying him. He said, "Look, I'm not giving you that big deal, so don't worry about it. You can play this year out and call it a day." So, but he wanted, like, I get where Jonathan Taylor's coming from. If he get hurt, he can't get paid going into next year, and he wanted some type of security, which I'm not mad at. At the end of the day, you want to get the bag and be sure that you're gonna get paid on the long term. But I mean, at the end of the day, Jim Irsay is not doing it, and he telling you right now, look, we're not doing that. You can forget it.
Yeah, you see it across all sports. Not that, like, the players are like looking out for themselves and it's them first. Oh, the coaches and the owners hate it. You see it in college with the transfer portal. The kid will leave a school quick now.
Yeah.
Now that you don't have to sit out, you can just transfer and play.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit out a year. And the coaches are hating it. They're getting paid. The players are getting paid now. They can leave if the situation is not right for them. And coaches are speaking out against it. But it was always messed up to me. If you transfer schools, you could sit out a year, but a coach can leave in the middle of the season and start coaching and can start coaching immediately.
Yeah.
If they don't have to sit out a year. Now that the players have power, Massa don't like that.
That's true. Ask Dion. Dion, I think he had 95 transfers at Colorado this year.
Like 3 starters. 3 Colorado starters came back. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. He pretty much changed the whole team.
Oh, but he told him first game, hey, use that portal. I want you to. A lot of y'all will not play here or gonna start. So I want you to use it.
So, but that's the problem now with running backs. You think running backs on an average make less than kickers now, which is insanely crazy, and they get the most punishment. Kickers hardly ever get in the game sometimes if you're not kicking field goals.
Making more than like Saquon Barkley and everybody.
Thank you. I mean, Jacobs had to come back. Speaking of news, Jacobs back. But he had to sign
the Raiders are on their way to the Super Bowl.
He had to sign a 1-year deal for $12 million when he just led the league in rushing a year ago. Make it make sense. I don't understand it.
Yeah. I find it crazy, but it's the way the league is going, and so we're gonna see if they can do something. I actually, going back to Jonathan Taylor, I mentioned this last week. I had him in a keeper league, and I let him go. And I said, nah, because I also had Saquon Barkley on that same team, and I could only keep one. And so I was like, if I got to pick between the two, that whole cult situation just had me a little while and out. I was like, nah, I don't even want to be part of that. But like we said on the show that we didn't expect that trade to go through because, like I said, he wanted more than he was willing to give. So it's a wild situation.
So what happens after the 4 weeks is up? Does he play for the Colts?
I think
that's
so.
I think so.
I don't know. I think
we've seen players. We've seen players sit out a whole season. Like, I'm not playing for this team. Like, we've seen it happen. For my sake, selfishly, I hope it does not happen. I hope he comes in, and I hope he kills.
I mean, the last person to do that was Le'Veon Bell, if I'm not mistaken. But Le'Veon came
wasn't
back.
Melvin Gordon after?
No,
that was before.
But Le'Veon set out. He was the latest one. He started the whole season.
The whole season.
And Le'Veon came back the next year and he was out of shape. He wasn't right. He was just off. He wasn't the same Le'Veon Bell. So I don't think Jonathan Taylor does that. I think he plays and just play out the season and then leave. Because either they're going to franchise him, which I don't see them doing. Because if you franchise, you're going to have to pay him top 5 running back money. And he only want to do that. So you can forget that. So I think I think he played, and I think they let him. He just walks. Because Saquon will do the same thing. See, but they might franchise Saquon again because he never got that in right.
He never got the tag, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. You only can get in it. I mean, it's a good thing about being franchised, but it's also bad. Like, if you look at Kirk Cousins was franchised twice with Washington, but now he can never be franchised again. So it's good things to it, but I wouldn't want to be franchised, to be honest with you.
Kirk got the bag.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Kirk got the bag.
Oh, yeah,
wears shirts from Target. That man know how to save some money. Yeah.
Definitely. Let's talk about it's been a hack topic lately, I guess, over the last couple of days. But I want to talk from a different end. The Trey Lance trade. But I want to talk from it on a Dak end, not a Trey Lance end. So how would you feel if you were the quarterback and you was the coach and the owner went and made a trade for a quarterback that was not a third round pick, but a number 3 pick just a couple years ago, and they didn't tell you? How would you feel about that?
I'd be very offended.
So that's what happened in Dallas.
I'm highly upset.
Jerry Jones went out and traded for Trey Lance and didn't tell the coach or the quarterback. And they found out after the trade was done. So now they got to come out and talk to the media. It's this whole big thing now. Now, I've been watching. I don't really watch the national news, like as far as ESPN and all that stuff, but they're making it seem like Dak is out the door. I don't see it that way.
Nope.
I see it as, more an indictment on Cooper Rush more than anything. As far as Cooper Rush is a little bit older. I don't think they see him as a future backup and things of that nature. But I think Dak is fine, though. Now, what if Dak go out and have a bad season, i.e. throw 17, 20 interceptions? Does that make them think, because his cap hit is $50 million next year, does that change anything?
He was brought in for a reason. Like, I don't see. It's not like Cooper Rush never played bad for the Cowboys.
No.
Never. Like, I believe he went undefeated when Dak was out, right?
He did go undefeated, yes.
He went undefeated when Dak was out, when everybody thought it was over for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He never lost the game for the Cowboys. He never played bad. So what are we trading for this mysterious figure Trey Lance for? So I think now that's going to put unnecessary pressure on Dak to play extraordinary well, because if one thing I know about NFL fans, they're very fickle. They'll love you. They'll love you until they don't. Yeah. And once they turn on you, it's over. Like, could you imagine during like a game versus the Eagles or the Giants, Dak goes out there and stinks it up?
Yeah.
The boo birds start coming out. Then you start getting in your own head. Hey, don't send me no hearts. Who did that? What you doing over there? You sending me hearts. Don't do that. It's gonna be over. So, and then now it comes to the end of the season, you get this Trey Lance that you made a trade for, or Dak that you paid $100-something million for.
I just feel bad, honestly, for Dak, because it's like you said, it's pressure that is not needed. Honestly. Right. For me, is what you have to do is you go talk to that quarterback and you say, hey, look, how you feel about this? If he's your guy, you got to go talk to him. So him not talking to the coach, that's even worse, because I don't get that one. How you not?
That's Jerry Jones behavior. That's not like out the norm for him.
Well, you're right. Jerry Jones he's the owner, GM, whatever. Yeah. President, whatever you want to call it.
Jerry Jones, the GM, needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. Just stick to being the owner.
Don't talk bad about Jerry Jones. That's Tony. Tony is the only Washington football team fan in the world who adores Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah. He's a good businessman. He does good business. As a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, if you watch
man,
I guess, man. But if you watch the national news, they're like Dak is finished. Dak is done after this year. He out there next year. I mean, I'm just saying he got 2 years left. I don't see nothing as far as it being that way. But I don't know. You can. It just depends on how you look at the situation.
If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm not worried because no offense to Trey Lance, he hasn't
Yeah, of
shown
course. He
anything
hasn't
to
shown
make me
anything.
believe that he's going to take that job anytime soon. If you can't beat out Brock Purdy, you're not beating
Yeah,
out Dak Prescott.
but there's a
So,
lot to that though.
so I think he'll be there's a lot to it, but at the same
Yeah,
time, I think Dak is safe. But it's a weird thing. But for my
Yeah.
fantasy football purposes, I'm probably just
yeah,
ignoring it, like you
yeah.
said.
You ignore that. So
It's more so the football season hasn't started, and so they
it
need
ain't have
something
nothing to talk about. Yeah,
So, yeah.
that.
But give it a couple of give it another week, and we'll have plenty of stuff to talk about.
Oh, definitely.
So,
So you want to get in these bold predictions?
I want to do them. So who's starting off? You?
Hey, look, I'm ready.
Hey, give me your first one. I put you on camera by yourself.
Hey, look, man. I
What's
don't need
your
no
first
camera by
prediction?
myself, man. You know, I don't need no camera by myself. I'm gonna just say it. George Pickens is gonna get you 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns this year, and he will take over that number one wide receiver spot. You heard it here first.
That's not bad. That's I actually have been talking a whole bunch about the Steelers, and I actually have a bold prediction myself that not that same one, but it's gonna be quite in line. I think George Pickens is the truth. I don't know whether I buy him taking the number one spot. I think he and Deontay Johnson, like I said before, are gonna be pretty neck and neck with each other. But I wouldn't be mad if George Pickens is the first one. What do you think, Shad? You like that first one?
George, yeah, I would rock with that. That's fine. That's cool. George Pickens, number one receiver on the Steelers. Yeah, that's cool.
You like the 1,500?
I like that 1,500.
Pickens the man.
Did the Steelers invest in the O line out of nowhere that we don't know about?
They did actually.
They did
They
actually.
did.
Yes.
In fact, in honor of their development, I go to my first bold prediction since it's so closely related to. Maybe I should go to my camera. There we go. So since mine is so closely related to his, I'm going to give my bold prediction, and what I'm saying is it's Steelers all the way. I've got the Steelers winning the AFC North. I got Kenny Pickett being in the top 12 quarterbacks of fantasy football. And I'm saying Najee Harris will be the number one overall running back
Ooh,
in
man.
fantasy football this year. I am all in on the Steelers. I'm definitely all in on Kenny Pickett. I told y'all before, I got him in my dynasty squad, and I picked him up in another league this weekend. I would have had him in two leagues this weekend, but somebody, Shaq, like was done to you, went straight to the board and took Kenny Pickett from me when I desperately was hoping to grab him. But it's all cool. It's all love.
But hold on.
You also
I don't
stole
know why
Derek
you
Carr
thought he
from
was
me.
coming back.
You also
I
stole
just-
Derek Carr from me in another league. So
Ronnie did it to you too.
Rodney
Ronnie
just
a
shot
spiteful
in
person,
both
man.
leagues
It's all right.
weekend.
Look, I don't know why you thought he was coming back. I
Yeah.
just didn't understand it. You knew he. I told you he won't coming back.
Yeah.
But I like Kenny Pickett though.
Yeah.
I'm not going all in. I think that's a little
I'm
crazy.
all in.
Oh wow. Okay.
See,
I'm gonna let
yeah.
Shaq take this one.
Hey,
That's
I
crazy.
come with the boldness this year. I'm ready.
Wow. Okay.
Top
Let me-
12.
That's
That's
bold.
quarterback one numbers, just so y'all know.
Yeah, I know you went QB1. All right, since everybody you went QB, I'm gonna go QB with mine. Justin Fields will be the first Bears quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards.
Not even.
I
Whoa.
believe that's true. I don't
Not
believe
even.
it this year.
Not even.
I think they're going to be the first
If
one.
we
I'm
go
not
with
buying
bold,
this.
we're going bold. If we go bold, Coach said go hard and go home always, right?
Wow.
That's what Coach
Oh,
said.
I like it. Do you
Wow.
think he, in addition to 4,000, duplicates his
And
1,000
1,000
yards
rushing yards.
Ooh.
Let's get it.
Hold on. So you telling me he throwing for 4,000 yards and doing 1,000 rushing? You telling me DJ Moore is gonna have a monster year there? That's
DJ
what I'm getting
Moore,
out.
Cole Kmet, Chase Claypool,
Wow.
Khalil Herbert,
Okay. Hey man, I ain't nothing.
If we going bold, we going
He
bold,
goes
right?
all the way bold.
I was thinking more like 4,000 total, 3,000 yards
Nah,
passing.
he going for the gusto. He ain't gonna win a lot of games, but he gonna throw for it.
And I think that's why he's gonna throw for a lot.
Yeah,
Because
he
they're
ain't
not
gonna
gonna
win
win
a
a lot of
lot.
games.
He's not
Okay.
gonna win a lot, but he gonna throw a lot.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I cannot be mad at that.
What
Hey,
you
that's
got?
a bold prediction though.
I
That's
like that
bold.
one though.
I like that one,
Like I
though,
said,
but,
I'm all in on Justin Fields. I think he's good. I said in an earlier show that I think he got a tad bit overhyped for this season, but long term as a prospect, I like Justin Fields.
Which is why I wanted no
and I'm-
shares of him in no leagues. And
you couldn't draft him though. You got no shares of him.
I kid you not. When we were doing our mock drafts, I got Justin Fields and everyone. I haven't gotten him in a single league this year, and not that I would have been mad to get him, but I can't say I believe quite. I like I said, long term, I'm all in. This year,
Not this season,
I
right.
want to see it. I want to see it first.
I do have a lot of shares of Khalil Herbert, but
I ain't
Justin
mad at
Fields, not so much. Yeah.
I like Khalil Herbert, but Justin Fields, I don't. See, I stayed away from Justin Fields just on that reason.
I have to see it. Like you have to.
Yeah.
You have to see it. Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, when you come out and say I'm a top 5 running quarterback, that scares me. That
Of
kind
all
of
time.
of all time.
times.
That scares me a little bit because I need you to say I want to be a top 5 quarterback. Period. Not just running, just like as a quarterback.
Right.
You know, I don't know, but like I hope he does because I want to see him succeed, and I think he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how well the O line is. Honestly, I don't know. It ain't got better.
That's where the rushing yards gonna come from.
But still, I mean, you still got to be able to, throw the football behind that line. So we don't know.
We'll see.
I'll say this: he got to throw more than 17 times a game.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what he threw last year. He threw 17 times a game.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
While you mentioned offensive line, let me go back to Shaq's comment earlier. Yes, indeed. The Steelers have worked. They started working on their offensive line last year, and this year they signed a free agent, Isaac Samalo, 3 years, $24 million. And they're not that it's great, but their offensive line is ranked in the top 12 this year, which is the highest they've been in quite a few years. So
It's better than last year.
better than they were.
Yeah.
but so I think it'll be enough. Also, Shaq, you got a fan out there saying you got 6 because she's been on Justin Fields since he entered the league. So she likes your Justin Fields bold prediction.
Thank you very much, fan.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
What you got for us, Tony? And as you talk, maybe your camera comes back in. With it. That seems to be the only time we can see you.
Tony technology.
All right, one of my
And there he is.
bold
Keep talking.
predictions. All right, is Aaron. I say Aaron Rodgers will be a top 5 quarterback this year, and this will be his best year.
All right.
Is that so
Best
bold?
year like ever?
Yes, in a single season. Yes, I don't know all the stats. I haven't looked at all the stats that he had. I believe he will.
Ooh, all right then. You ain't gonna like mine then. You ain't gonna like mine then.
Yeah. And I have another one.
Hey, one at a time. One at a
time, man.
We got pump the brakes. But keep. If there's something you can hit, because something that I think you're saying, because your camera goes out every time you stop talking. But what do y'all think on that Aaron Rodgers? I know what Rodney thinks about it because I actually know his bold predictions in advance.
Yeah.
But what you think, Shaq?
I don't think that's far fetched. I mean, the man was the back-to-back MVP a couple seasons ago. Like it's not far fetched. And then I think his fingers fully hit. Hey Tony, what I tell you about the I'll tell you about the hearts, man. He won back-to-back MVPs. I think his hand is full. I think his hand is healed. And I think last year in Green Bay, he just didn't want to be there anymore. He was kind of showed up to work because he had to.
Yes.
He's kind of reinvigorated now, and he got youth around him. He's somewhere he wants to be.
Yes.
I don't think that's a stretch at all. Which is why I picked him up in Rodney's league in the first round. Sure did.
Yeah.
And he has
No, go ahead, Tony.
I was say he has a special wide receiver named Garrett Wilson who wears the number 7. number 17. I don't know if y'all watched some of the preseason games. It looked very Aaron and Devontae Adams-ish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
pretty. That's pretty bold.
I'm doing a quick a fact check on Aaron Rodgers, and on one of those MVP seasons we talked about, he threw for 4,299 yards, 48 touchdowns. So if
Sounds
you're
like
telling me,
Justin Fields.
that sounds like Justin Fields. No, it doesn't. But if you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers is gonna top that, I'm gonna call BS immediately. But I will say I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna let Rodney hit his next bold prediction. I don't know which one you want to go to, so yeah, do your thing.
Gotta show the hearts.
Please don't show the hearts. I need you to stop with the
Fortunately
hearts.
for y'all, I can't show the hearts.
I'm a counter that bold prediction and say
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers will throw for under 4,000 yards this year. And
Okay.
the reason I say that is because if you look at the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
he's thrown for under 4,000 yards. And it's not even because I know I get the persona that I'm a Aaron Rodgers hater. I'm not.
You are the biggest Aaron Rodgers hater.
No,
that's
no,
ever been
no.
in the history of hate. Yes.
I'm not. No.
Yes.
I'm not.
Okay.
But I will say this. I think they're going to run the ball more than they're going to pass the ball this year. So they got 2 really good running backs. They have a really good O-line, and they really got a good defense. I think they're going to run the ball and play defense, and then they're going to let Aaron Rodgers do his thing when necessary. I think he's going to throw for about 38 to 3,900 yards. Same thing what he did last year.
That.
But
Okay.
I'm not saying
Actually,
he's
that
saying
would be more than he did last year, but I take that. Yeah.
He's saying 45 and all this crazy mess. I'm saying 38, 39. He gonna probably have about 30 touchdowns or somewhere around that number. He gonna do a little bit more than what Zach Wilson was asked to do just to keep him afloat.
A little bit.
A little bit. I mean, because Garrett Wilson had 1,000 yards with Mike White and Zach Wilson last year. So Garrett Wilson's still gonna do his thing, but I think he's still gonna hit around 1,000 to 1,200 yards. But I don't see no 4,500 from no Aaron Rodgers. I think you're a little crazy on that one, but all right. I don't think they're throwing that much, to be honest with you. I think they are running the ball quite a bit with Breece Hall. They got 2 good running backs, man. Both of them need touches. And they run the ball 35, 40 times a game.
Aaron gonna be changing that play, Rodney.
You forgot where Saleh came from. Saleh came from San Francisco. And the thing is, they want their running backs to run the football. He runs the same scheme as Kyle Shanahan. The
Right.
same exact scheme. And the thing is this, they don't rely on their quarterbacks to throw as much as a Buffalo or the Chiefs or anything like that. They want you to throw the ball.
They've also never had a quarterback the caliber of Aaron Rodgers, so they kind of have to
mean-
rely on. They also have to rely on the running game a lot.
I'm just saying, okay, Aaron Rodgers is also almost 40 years old too. So,
So I just looking at like preseason and Hard Knocks.
man, would you start with these hearts, man?
About to say you said thank you. I didn't want to say it.
Please, man, come on.
He ain't lose nothing off the arm.
He did. I'm not
He
taking that
lost-
away from. I
he
just
lost
think
nothing off
I
it.
think the scheme is not gonna. I think the scheme is he's not fit for him to throw 4,000. He gonna throw it right up below it, but he'll be around 38, 39.
I think as far as the running, like they want to run the ball, I believe that's another reason why he left Green Bay. Same reason why Brady left New England. Like he wanted more say so in the play calling. He wanted to be able to go up to the line, make a play, make changes. So the coach Saleh might call that running play. A-Rod might see something different
That's true.
and air it out.
Yeah.
That's true. I give you that. But I'm saying under 4,000. And I'm not saying that's bad because a lot of quarterbacks throw under 4,000 and they have good seasons. But I'm just saying I don't see him throwing for 4,000. I see him around 38, 39. That's still good for him though, to be honest with you.
How many touchdowns?
I say 30.
How many INTs?
He's not big on INT, so I say about 4 or 5.
Oh, I got him on my team. That's fine with me. That's
Yeah.
gonna get me to the playoffs. That's all right.
Yeah, he don't throw a lot of interceptions. I will say that. He might throw about 4 or 5 a year, if that. It's rare that he
he threw
throws double
12
digits.
last year.
But that's rare though.
But again, he didn't want to be there. So
Yeah, that's rare though.
He just showed up. Yeah.
Yeah. I got some comments I want to go to for the audience. Nita put in 2 of her bold predictions. One is on Anthony Richardson. I'm gonna get to that one. And then she also has her Super Bowl prediction. I'm gonna get to that because we're gonna actually go through our playoff teams later. And welcome Orlando Lewis celebrating her birthday already. Birthday's tomorrow, but
Happy birthday to you.
But I give you a preview, Nita. I'm gonna throw some salt on the Anthony Richardson
on the Anthony
Richardson prediction. Just a little bit.
We doing this snake draft style. Is it gonna come back around to me?
Oh, you want to go next? I'll let you go next.
Sure.
Go for
Sure.
it.
I had to think about this one, and I think it's time. Bill Belichick will not finish the season as the Patriots head coach.
Ooh.
Oh, that is the boldest of all bold.
Wow.
I think it's time.
I agreed that I think it's time. Why do you think they sit him this year? Are they going to be that bad?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's time.
How far do you think he makes it through the season?
Week 9.
Wow. Wow. Oh man.
Wow.
That's bold.
Ready for that.
Oh man, that is bold.
I mean, they're not gonna fire him. They're gonna give him a chance to step down. Yeah. I just said he's not gonna fit. But we know what that means, that they've chose to part way. We know what that really means.
Yes, indeed.
They wanted to fire him. It's like, all right, Bill, you got a little bit of clout around here, so we're not gonna fire you. You just go ahead and step down. So you got to step away from the team or something.
Now, why is that? What is your reasoning behind it? Is it a quarterback situation? Is team building? Is it since Brady left they haven't been successful? Because that's a lot of it.
I think it's also that, but I also think his unwillingness to change. The game has evolved and changed, and he's still stuck in his ways. As you can see, and it's moving past him.
That's true.
It's time for a new change. If you're not willing to move with time, you got to get left.
Sometimes teams just need a new voice, and we saw that not too many years ago with Andy Reid. And it's not like they were bad, but they just weren't getting over this hump, and so they figured the team needed a new voice. And Bill Belichick's been there for a long time. And I think last year you kind of saw some people take a little shine off him because he went with what's my man's name? Was it Patricia? They went with as the offensive coordinator,
which was crazy. That was
crazy.
Dumb.
And so you kind of started to question, okay, is Bill still with it, or he's just trying to do this old thing and it's not working? I am shocked by that one, but I actually like that as a prediction because I was looking back at some stuff with the Patriots as we were prepping for this week, and I agree with you. I think it's probably about that time for him to gracefully bow out or be gracefully told it's time to bow out.
Now, does it make sense that they bring in a new offensive coordinator from college, from Alabama, right?
Well, it doesn't matter who they bring in. Everything still runs through Belichick. Like, he runs that. He calls all the plays. Calls all the audible. No quarterback just going up there and making a check at the line and say, "Hey, we're switching the play." What Bill calls is what you run.
Yeah.
So, and his record without Brady. I just look. His record without Brady is 36-38.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's true.
It's just time. It's just time.
All right. Nita also got some predictions about the 49ers not being that good. I know Rodney's going to actually agree with that one.
I got one about the 49ers, too.
I think we all might have something to say about the 49ers this year. And she has Lamar Jackson for MVP. I was on Lamar Jackson last year. I think I'm just going to be salty all show. But I actually do. If Lamar Jackson can stay healthy, I like his MVP chances. If Lamar Jackson can stay healthy.
I say Lamar won the year he won MVP. He had 31. Correct me if I'm wrong. 3,100 yards, 200 yards rushing, and 50 touchdowns. So it don't take a lot.
48, but yeah, roughly
48, close to something like that. So it don't take a lot for Lamar to win the MVP with those numbers that he won with already. Yeah. So if he do anything close to what people are thinking he gonna do, which is about 4,000 yards, and 800 to 900 rushing and 30 some touchdowns. That's better than his MVP year. he should be in the conversation at least, if that's the case. So I'm with her on that one. He could win the MVP. He got a good supporting cast now.
He's got the
He got
best
better.
skills players he's ever had.
That is true. So it could happen.
They can't stay in shape healthy either, but on paper they look really good.
Oh, that next one is funny.
Oh. I don't even want to say this next one yet. I want to give Tony a since he's a guest and he can only appear on camera when he's speaking. You got another one for us? I know you wanted to talk earlier. What you got for us, Tony?
All right, this a Homer Bowl prediction. All right, y'all know we done had a shift with the Washington Commanders. Mm-hmm. My boy Snyder is up out of there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So we all have, and talking about possibly a name change or a resurgence of the Redskins name coming back. So I'm gonna go out here and be bold that Washington goes to the playoffs and win the first round.
Okay. I'm actually not that bad. They were close to the playoffs last year, and so I'm not mad at that. I actually think the Commanders are going to be pretty good.
I think, what y'all think?
I say this: if they get in the playoffs, it's going to be in that very last seed, and so them winning that first game, we're going to have to see who that matchup is. I would say no. But I'm not mad at them making the playoffs. I think that's possible. What about the rest of y'all?
I think the NFC is kind of, it's top heavy. If you think about all the teams, I'm gonna say Philly obviously won. You gotta throw Dallas in there. You gotta throw San Francisco in there. You gotta throw. We're gonna talk about that though, but you gotta throw Seattle in there. I think Seattle's a playoff team. They could make it because 7 teams get in now, so it's much easier to get in now than it was, years ago. Man, would you stop with these hearts, man, please? But I think I don't know. They could get in, but they might. I think it'll take about 10 wins to get in. To be honest with you,
at least, I don't know if they got 10 wins in them.
But I'm talking about for that last spot.
Yeah, for that last spot, I get it. I don't see them
take about 10 wins.
If they get in, I see them getting in at 9. But I honestly don't have them getting in. But if they need 10 to make it, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean, can you name 6 strong, 7 strong NFC teams right now, right off the top of your head?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I got Philly, I got Dallas,
some written down right here.
I got
San Francisco, too. I got New Orleans.
I got the Lions and the Seahawks.
Detroit. Detroit. Yeah. I don't know, Tony. Y'all might not make it. Now I think about it. I don't know about that.
Switching up on me, Rodney.
I had to think about Detroit. I had to think about New Orleans, Seattle. I mean, God forbid Tampa make it with Baker Mayfield. I mean, anything can happen.
I ain't coming.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to our division winners. I want to see where you have Tampa Bay going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprise. We got another bold prediction for the audience. Mama says she has the Colts and Denver being better than last season, which wouldn't take much. So,
they ain't gonna take much for that. So, they ain't gonna take much for that.
So. I say, I hope they are.
I mean, if they win 5 games this year, that's better than what they did last year. I'm just saying. It don't take much for that one, but okay.
Yeah. Let me hit my next bold prediction, and I'm going to contradict my friend over here and say that this year is revenge of the quarterbacks. We saw a whole bunch of quarterbacks to get shifted, if you will. Aaron Rodgers is no longer in Green Bay. Derek Carr got shipped out of Las Vegas, and even Jimmy G was finally let go of the 49ers. I think all 3 of those guys are going to have better years than they did a year ago. I'm not going the 4,000. What did Tony say? He's gonna be better than he's ever been. I ain't going that far with Aaron Rodgers, but like Tony, but what Rodney said, he was under 4,000 last year, 36 something, 36. No, actually, yeah, 36.95 and 26 touchdowns. I think he's gonna top both of those numbers. I could see him getting 4,030. So I have Aaron Rodgers doing better. I have Derek Carr doing better because he's got a lot of revenge in his heart. He wants to see the Saints make it to the playoffs with him leading the way. And Derek Carr doesn't have to do a lot to be better. He just got to get back to his average. And so, because last year he only had 3,500, I think he can also, he's a 4,000-yard passer when unleashed easily. And in that dome, I think Derek Carr's going to put up monster numbers. I even included Jimmy G in my revenge of the quarterbacks, but only if he gets healthy. I'm not going to go as bold as this, but even Jimmy G, because he only played 11 games, just had under 3,500 yards total. So I think he can be better than that if he plays, 12, 14 kind of games. I'm not gonna stake my reputation on Jimmy G staying healthy. But all these quarterbacks are gonna play well while they're in there. So for the few weeks we had Jimmy G, he's gonna look really good.
I'll say this. Anybody that know me know I'm not a Jimmy G fan. Not at all. Mm-hmm. But I think the thing that Jimmy's gonna have is more control of the offense. Now in Vegas, if you watch them in San Francisco, you don't have much control of the offense. You got to run that play, hit the first read, go from there. You can't change the play at the line, no audibles or nothing like that. In Vegas, he gonna have that. Now the problem with Jimmy is staying healthy. If Jimmy's healthy, I think his one healthy year he threw 39-45, and I think he had 27 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So if he stays healthy, I think he can do 4,000 yards. But health is the biggest part, because if he's not healthy and he loses that job, the kid named Aiden O'Connell is going to come in and he's not going to relinquish that job and he's not going to get that job back. So it's going to be a situation, but I think Jimmy's going to stay healthy. I don't think y'all going to put him in a situation to where he's just going to get hurt unless he just hurt
just walking down the street. No,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But I think, like you said, if healthy, I think he does better than what he did last year. Because he got more free reign to do more in the offense. Now, Derek Carr, I love everything you said about it. Derek Carr threw for 4,800 yards one year.
Yeah.
He got the same coach, or is it the same coach?
Yeah, it's the same. Dennis Allen. He's back to
same coach.
He knows.
That the year he won, the year he threw for 4,800 yards
was with Dennis Allen. Yeah.
Was with Dennis Allen, and Dennis Allen's going to get him back to that. And I agree wholeheartedly with that. So I like Derek Carr. I got him in a couple leagues this year, so I think he's going to do numbers this year. So, just saying, watch out for Derek Carr. What you think, Shaq?
Yeah.
I don't believe in Derek Carr. He's in my division. I don't care about him.
He said, I don't believe in him.
Throw hate. Just throwing hate out there.
Very much so.
But I say this, because he's in that division, I think he's going to do great. Because no offense, y'all division sucks on ice.
It does suck, which is why my bold pick. It does suck.
But Derek Carr, despite missing, I think Derek Carr was like the QB 16 last year. Aaron Rodgers was like QB 13. So both of those guys were just outside the top tier when they didn't want to be there. So I think both of those guys. I'm not going to say they're going to both be in the top 12, but I think I'd be surprised if they won't both in the top 15 of quarterbacks in fantasy football. And again, Jimmy G, depends on how healthy he is.
Yeah, health is the biggest question. So if he's healthy, he's good. I mean, he's not good, but if he's healthy, he can hit that mark. Now, I don't know how good
he's got Devontae Adams, which is the best wide receiver he's ever had. And so if he can just get,
that's true.
If they can find a way to get Devontae Adams the ball, he's going to make him into a great quarterback, at least for fantasy football purposes.
Yeah.
Who's next? Are we back at you again, Rodney?
Yeah.
Everybody get around?
So I got Deshaun Watson throwing for 4,500, 30 touchdowns this year. I think he's going back to the Houston days.
Old Deshaun. I think Deshaun is going to come out and he's going to show people that he still got it. I hope everything is behind him for what he went to in the past, but I think Deshaun is back this year. I think Deshaun will do work this year, and I think he got some stuff to prove to people because they counting him out. Yeah.
So I got Deshaun doing big numbers because he's when healthy and right, and when his mind is right, Deshaun is 45 to 48 easy as a quarterback. So I think he proved a lot of people wrong, in my opinion, this year. So
he looked good too.
I agree with that. Before all this, all the sexual stuff off the field came up, Deshaun was the top 5 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Consistently. So I don't see that as a stretch. He got a whole year under his belt now, a full off season, a full camp, full time with the playbook. So I don't see that too far fetched at all. I'll ring the bell on that.
Tony?
Oh yeah, I agree with that bold prediction. Before we ran into massage parlor Deshaun.
Yo, he got to stop.
But like I agree with I agree. He was the top. He was a top 5 quarterback, man. Before all this, other shenanigans stuff happened or whatever, So I agree with Rodney. I think he definitely can do it. I checked him out in a couple preseason games, man. He looked good. He even said that him building a rapport with his receivers, having an off season, I totally agree with that bold position. I believe whoever got to Watson this year as their QB1 or QB2, whatever kind of league you in, man, he gonna put in that work. And Amari Cooper gonna go off with him too this year. So yeah, it's gonna be nice.
See, don't like this.
Well.
You have to be the only one. I knew it. I
got bad news for y'all. My partner Rodney actually has a better rate at his bold predictions than I have. He's gotten more right over the years. However, there's one bold prediction he gets wrong every single year, and it's always on his quarterbacks. If he says a quarterback, every year he puts a quarterback at 4,500 yards. I think it was Trey Lance last year. I'm trying to think. The other year, it was Cam. It was right. It was Cam.
It was Cam.
So this year is Deshaun Watson, and so Deshaun Watson's gonna have a terrible year because Rodney just put the kibosh on him. If he hadn't said it out loud, I might have agreed with y'all, but no, I guarantee you, 100%, it will not happen. One, because Rodney just is a jinx for quarterbacks.
That's not true.
2, I think it's Nick Chubb time. You talk about Aaron Rodgers isn't going to put a big difference because they got Breece Hall there. I'd say that Nick Chubb is what's going to make that offense go. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to have a bad year, but he's not going to have 4,500. And it's all because Rodney, it's your fault. There you go.
Well, what you're missing is this. I think Nick Chubb, yes, is going to be a big part of the offense. Yeah. But Nick Chubb is going to be a big part of the offense in the passing game. They're going to involve Nick Chubb in the passing game more than anything this year out of the backfield. So I think that's where he's going to get some of his yards too. And I like Amari Cooper. Now the one that you're missing though is Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is going to be the one that's going to kind of be. Amari Cooper is definitely the wide receiver one there. Obviously, we know that.
Oh, yeah,
but no question about that. But Elijah Moore is going to creep up on that just a tad bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, Deshaun gonna do work this year. And when we come back to all of this, watch what I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't jinx quarterbacks now.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm sorry. I'm jumping in on this.
Not true.
Our producer had to jump in on this.
I've been silent too long. Yes, you do, dude. Yes, you do.
Like watching his
That's why I'm gonna be real with you. That's why I really didn't like the fact that you like Mahomes because you jinx quarterbacks. So yeah.
I like Mahomes this year.
And I'm scared, and I'm so scared that you like him. I really do not like that at all.
I think Mahomes is the only quarterback that you can't jinx because he's just that good.
He is, but he got Rodney got that mojo. I don't know. He might mess him up a little bit.
It's just. I ran into a few bad ones, obviously. It's cool. Cam got cut for some reason. He was listening to rap music.
Because you supported him.
He was in New England.
The reason is he's bad. That's the reason.
I thought he was going in, but in New England, he was listening to rap music. They ain't like that. I don't know what to tell you about that. I'm just saying. I think Watson got $250 million, 250 million reasons to be good. He has to be.
No, he doesn't. Money
He don't
doesn't
have to
mean
be good. That
squat.
money guaranteed. He
I
can
know,
suck.
exactly.
Money
I mean,
does
that's
not
true,
mean
too.
a darn thing. You can
That
That's
money
look.
guaranteed.
All I'm gonna say is
He
two
can quit
words:
tonight.
Russell
He can quit right
Wilson.
tonight. It's over.
I
Russell
would.
Wilson. Russell Wilson.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, but
you
I
did
think.
put the jinx on Russell Wilson before too. You're bad luck quarterback fully. I'm just.
I
saying.
mean, hold up. Russell was just bad on his own. I had nothing to do with that.
I'm
So-
not saying why these guys are bad. I'm just saying when you
I had nothing to
support
do with
them.
Russ. And I never said Russ was going to do that. I said Denver
No,
was gonna be
no.
better.
I'm not saying you
And
said
that-
Russell
that
Wilson was
wrong.
bad. Y'all
I was
said
wrong about much
no.
last year. You was wrong about more than I was last year.
I already said you're better at the bold predictions than I am.
I'm
Of
just
I'm
course.
just saying the only
But-
reason I mentioned Russell Wilson is because you said about the money you have to be good. I'm just saying money doesn't make you good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying about Russell Wilson.
I'm just saying you're bad luck, and so
I
there's
mean,
no way.
we'll see this
Deshaun
year. I'm gonna break
Watson
that. I'm gonna
can
break
succeed.
that jinx, and
This
we're
is
gonna
the
be
year.
all
Nah,
right.
you're
this
not
year.
gonna break it because there's still something you holding on to that you ain't let go. That's not
Yeah.
gonna break that one. So nope.
Okay.
So let's welcome Carlo. She's enjoying the jokes. She says it's good to see Tony. I'm surprised she's been able to see Tony because he only comes in when he's talking. So I'm glad you got a chance to see him. Fortunately, you don't see all the hearts that he's throwing in on Skype. but,
Please,
you know.
Please, yeah.
I'm
let's
so
not-
glad you're not seeing all the hearts.
Hey, guys,
It's
love,
on
man.
me.
So let's get back to our vote predictions. Is it back on the Shaq?
Yeah.
Back on me. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep it on the quarterbacks here. Ronnie, don't say nothing. Baker Mayfield has a career resurgence in Tampa Bay.
We're
And I
done
know-
for the night.
I got
Okay.
facts.
We're not even going to
That's
finish
it.
the show. No.
I
Show's
got-
over with, y'all. It's over with. I don't know where he came from with that. Why would he say
I
that?
got facts. I got facts. We can talk about
bring
it.
the facts, please.
Bring the facts,
First
please.
of all, the number one, first and foremost, the man led the Browns to the playoffs. That's number one.
Okay.
Once.
Point.
They're the Browns, and he led them to the playoffs.
Okay.
That's
All
number
right.
one. Baker's kind of been dealt a bad hand. The man had 4 different coaches while playing for the Browns. Every year, the man got a new coach, right? He had no stability. He has no pressure in Tampa Bay. He's no longer number 1 pick, Baker Mayfield, at all. He has no pressure. He has no pressure to be the career franchise quarterback. He knows this is his prove-it year. And most importantly, he's finally healthy. He doesn't have these old itty-bitty receivers. The man was throwing to Odell and Jarvis Landry. None of them 6 feet. You know who his number 1 receiver is. Let's not even we ain't got to talk about that. You know who's number 1. Who's number 1 receiver?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Hall of Fame Mike
I'm
Evans.
sorry, Hall of Fame. Yeah.
We
We apologize.
My
We
bad.
apologize.
I was wrong there.
Who was wrong? We apologize. Okay.
It is
Okay.
Hall of Fame Mike Evans.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
That's all.
Chris Godwin. He
Okay.
has a somewhat sustainable O-line. I ain't gonna say it's great. Better than what he had in Cleveland.
Wow.
And he has a way better defense behind him in Tampa Bay. And just the no pressure. He goes out there, he has to play football. He's not shooting progressive commercials anymore. There's no banners he's not living in the stadium. There's no banners of him up. Nothing.
But I will
It's-
say those commercials were funny though.
I
Those
got
commercials were
Baker
hilarious.
Going for
Baker's commercials are top notch.
Oh man.
3,625 touchdowns. Stamp it.
3,600.
3,600.
25 touchdowns.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
You
Everybody can
just
talk-
lost
everybody
your
can
fan
talk
club
and
out there. I don't know if you see in the comment, Shaq, but you just lost your fans.
Everybody can talk except Rodney because he jinxes quarterbacks.
Hold up, man.
Well,
Hold
hold on, wait.
hold
That might be your evidence that Baker's gonna be good. Because if Rodney doesn't like him, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's
Hold
hope.
up. Hold up. I just want to say this. Have you seen Odell Beckham Sr.'s video of how he just can't hit nobody? I mean, geez, Baker Mayfield. And you know what? I'm gonna try to be nice. I promise.
Mhm.
But Baker Mayfield is trash, brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Kyle Trask might come in about week 8 and take that.
It was an open competition. Kyle Trask couldn't beat him.
The fact
It
that
was
there
a-
needed to be a competition lets you know how bad Baker Mayfield
It
is.
was an open
That
competition.
should have
Contrast
been no
couldn't be that.
competition at all. But I say
Wow.
this, and I said it at the top of the show. I drafted Mike Evans in every draft possible this year because I think Baker Mayfield will be good enough to. Mike Evans can make him all right. It's the best wide receivers he's had to throw to. I think by far, but I can't go too far with you. I can't go.
Yeah.
Look, I meet you halfway down the street and say he won't be
Wow.
garbage. But
I'll take it. I'll take it the rest of the way. Don't worry about it.
yeah,
Wow.
you got to do the rest on your own.
I can't wait to hear this division winners because I just
Oh, yeah.
expect him to say
Oh,
something
I'll let you
crazy.
know now. We win in the division. I'll let
Oh,
you
wow.
know that now.
Jeez. Wow.
We
Y'all
won the
winning-
division. We won the division with 8 wins last year. It
That
ain't
was with
like
Brady,
we-
though.
that's
That was with
with
Brady,
Tom
though.
Brady. So
That was an old Brady, but still.
I
Our
saw
division
earlier
wide-
in the
our
comments,
division
Nita
wide
has Atlanta winning that division with Bijan Robinson, not because of Desmond Ritter. I don't think either one of y'all are right, but
Yeah, I just don't know about that either, but okay.
yeah.
I mean, Bijan getting a lot of hype, but all right. Yeah.
Tony, what you think of Baker Mayfield? You have a team with a bad quarterback. What's your thoughts?
Why you had to throw that in there?
Did I do that? My bad. Sam Howell was okay.
Hey, we don't know. I mean, Sam Howell. Hey, Rodney
Hey,
likes Sam
he looked good
Howell.
in the preseason.
I like Sam Howell.
Ron Rivera didn't know Sam Howell was good,
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
which is a
That's
crazy thing to
definitely
say.
true.
You don't know one of your players to play, which is wild.
That's okay. You know, Ron gonna be out soon. Evan gonna be our head coach soon, so don't worry about that. Ron time is cutting short. But when Shaq said, you know what? I agree with him on the resurgence. I don't agree on the numbers that he said though.
Gotcha.
So I don't
What
think
numbers are you saying? What numbers were you thinking? 30?
You said,
30.
what'd you say, Shaq? 36. You said 3,600 passing.
36 passing, 25 touchdowns.
That's
That's not really a lot.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot. It's reasonable.
That's reasonable. That's enough to win the division.
It's reasonable.
3,600. Okay.
Very convincing.
Okay.
I mean, I do agree. I think Baker Mayfield has something to prove. I do got to say, man, when he came in and played for the Rams,
Yeah.
he came in like
We don't want to talk about that game. We don't want to talk about that game because he came in that week and made the Raiders look embarrassing.
Oh,
With
God.
like what? I think 2 days he looked at
Hey.
the playbook. Yeah, that was terrible.
JJ 2 days prep, and he came in there and
Yeah,
smashed.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was crazy. So, but I think it will be a resurgence. I think he does have something to prove or whatever. So, you know, I have him when I have him in. I got him in the Yahoo league. So, you know, on the bench. So, but I do have Calvin Trask right behind him though. So,
I
do got-
had the opportunity to draft Baker Mayfield because of my draft strategy, and I did not even think about going. Somebody asked me, "Go get Baker." I was like, "You got to be crazy. Baker can't get on my fantasy football team."
I went and got him. It's
Yeah.
We
all
know
right.
you did. You went up there proud, too. Proud.
You're
He
drinking
was
the
like,
Kool-Aid.
he's like, give me Baker. He
Wake
was
and
like,
bake.
yo, I'm
That's
going
right.
up there to get him. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I mean,
Shaq, I agree with him. So I agree with Shaq. Then I guess I agree with the resurgence. I do agree he's going to definitely do better.
all right now.
Yeah.
All right,
30.
you got a follow up, a bold prediction, Tony.
Mm. No, I'm good on all my bowls, man. Those are my top
Okay.
two. Yeah,
I got one more, but before I go, our producer I think has one bold prediction. What you got?
Okay.
Oh, me, yeah. So I'm
The
gonna
Chiefs
say.
gonna win the Super Bowl again.
Oh no,
That's
I
not
never
bold.
predict what the
That's not
Chiefs are gonna
bold.
do. That's not my MO. I never predict the Chiefs because they're unpredictable, so that's something I don't do.
Okay.
My bold prediction is running backs are gonna go off because they want to get paid.
I can see that.
I can see
I can see that. I can see that.
Yep.
Definitely can see that.
And that leads me to my
Going up,
final bold prediction.
the league leader didn't even get paid.
Uh, but my final bold prediction I'm gonna throw out for you guys, and this I always try to do something that we haven't seen done before, and that's probably why my bold predictions have such a bad track record. I got 20 players. Yes, 20 players are gonna exceed 1,500 all-purpose yards, which is something we haven't seen as far back as I look. The best I could find was in 2011, I think it was, when there were 19 players that exceeded 1,500 all-purpose yards. But what makes my prediction, I think, bold is with all the talk of running backs being out, I think these 20 players are going to be led by running backs. I went through all the players I thought it was possible to get this, and I noticed that the majority of them are running backs that get over 1,500 all-purpose yards. And there's actually a little less voters in that because that's typically how it goes. Because like last year, there were 12 players with 1,500 yards. 9 of them were running backs. 3 were wide receivers. The year before that, it was 12. It was split even 6-6. 2020, there was only 5 people that exceeded 1,500, and all of them were running backs. 2019, it was 10, 9 running backs, 1 wide receiver. In 2018, there was 12 players that did it, and it was split that year. So I'm going with a really big number of people exceeding that 1,500. 20 is a lot, I admit it. But I think there's legitimately at least 20 players that can do it. I actually came up with a few more. I won't go through the whole list of them, but you can just imagine from your fantasy football rankings who those players are. One of them, of course, a wide receiver that did it last year, Justin Jefferson, and I already told you Najee Harris is going to be the top guy. If your guy CMC can stay healthy, there's tons of guys that can get those numbers. And I think there's going to be 2 things battling. One, running back trying to prove they deserve the money, and 2, just the shift that we're seeing in the league where there's going to be a lot of throwing. So I again think it's going to give running backs and wide receivers a big chance to do it. 20 people, so that's going to help your fantasy football teams because there's going to be a lot of people putting up a lot of numbers. And don't forget, all-purpose yards includes kick returns, so I get those guys in as well.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but I bring bonus.
20. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Now, is this including some rookies?
I have one rookie I thought was capable of doing it, and that is Bijan Robinson. I think he can. I think he has the chance to do it. I don't really see any other wide receivers or running backs as rookies to have that shot. You might say Jahmyr Gibbs, but I think
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
I think David Montgomery's gonna eat.
Not with the split there. I don't see it.
I don't either. Bijan is the only one I think really has a legit chance.
I think Gibbs does though, because I think Gibbs is going to take a lot of that third down work. I think he's picking up where Williams left off at. I think Williams is going to get really what Williams got, honestly. So I don't know. And they missing a couple of receivers early.
Yeah.
Marseille Brown kind of hurt. He ain't been practicing. Jameson Williams. So I think Gibbs can kind of definitely hit that over 1,500 yards between running and passing. So I think so.
Try to fix this static issue if I can. Y'all let me know if it gets better. We got a question while we're at it. Itty Bitty South City 650. This is half PPR. Their quarterback is Geno. They got Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith as wide receivers. Najee, who I told y'all is going to be number 1 running back. Cam Akers. I can't really make up my mind about Cam Akers. We got to see. They have Ferguson as a tight end. Flex spots, DJ Moore. Bench, they got Jahan Dotson, Elijah Moore, third and Renfro. Brees Hall, Deion Jackson in Indianapolis. I guess Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
And those they're thinking of trading for tight end. I probably would like that just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Ferguson,
know about Ferguson.
Dallas, he should have a good year with Dalton Schultz gone. But
yeah.
I might. is there anyone on that maybe the bench or maybe a starter that you think they should trade and try to get a tight end for? And who should they target?
But it depends on if you want a top 5 tight end, you're gonna have to give up.
You're only trading for a top 5 tight end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would see who has the top 5 tight end. What I would do is see who's missing sort of a running back. And if I'm going for the top 5, I would try to put Brees into a trade to get one of them top 5 tight ends.
I was gonna say that.
That's probably the only thing I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can package Brees and probably Jahan Dotson for a really good tight end. Because I think Jahan Dotson's gonna have a good year.
If you do it well, you only got to send him Brees.
Would you consider because somebody might be more interested in DJ Moore? Because I think Jahan Dotson's gonna be a beast. He might even top. I'm not gonna guarantee it. That'll be another bold prediction, but he might actually top Terry McLaurin. So if you think you can get more for DJ Moore, would you suggest hold him and
I don't know.
Maybe try to see if you can package DJ Moore with somebody, maybe get a good deal on that one.
I mean, I think DJ Moore, for what it's worth, is going to have a good year.
Yeah.
I think you hold on to DJ Moore. I think you try to get Brees Hall and maybe a Dotson together. And if you can get, I mean, getting a Kelsey is out of the question, so you can forget that. So, but somebody like a Waller, maybe. Even the T.J. Hawkins.
Move for Kyle Pitts, because some people.
Kyle Pitts, the T.J. Hawkinson.
Kyle Pitts and Hawkinson is only and maybe Waller. He's a maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Waller
because he's looking amazing. I'm good on that.
I'm not.
Now, I would say this: I would do if somebody really needed a running back, I'd do a Brees Hall for Kittles, because Kittles probably more easier to get now than probably a Hawkinson.
Kittles is not going as high as he has in years past.
So I would try to go for a Kittles, because it's probably easier to get a Kittles than it is to get probably a TJ Hawkinson or a Waller, because those guys are probably going to be not a lot better, but they're going to probably get more catches and yards than a Kittles will this year. Yeah. So
Roddy, you saying that because of Kittle's injuries?
I think it's injuries, and I think it's kind of he gets hurt a lot. And I think it's production. Yeah. But I think also Purdy looks for him quite a bit. But I think the injuries kind of make him a lower value than those other tight ends, in my opinion.
Would you consider? Do you want to hold, especially if you're going for a kid? Do you still hold Ferguson?
Yeah, you hold Ferguson.
But I think Ferguson could have a good year. He's just maybe 4.
What's crazy is I have like 3 shares of Ferguson in a lot of leagues, just because if I miss out on the top 5 tight ends, I don't even think about it anymore. I go about my business, and he's just been there in all the leagues. I got him like literally last round. Yeah. Every draft of it, he's the last round. After I dropped the kicker, I just picked him up. Yeah. And I might as well take a flyer on this. He's the only tight end there. So let's see what happens.
And Pat's another one. Pat from Pittsburgh is he's another one that's gonna get a lot of touches this year. Yeah. I think Pat is good, definitely.
I think he can have a really big year.
Yeah. Also, like and subscribe, please.
Yeah. Please, Thanks for joining us. We got 2 more questions. MGJMHK. First pick in half-point PPR. A lot of half-point PPR questions. Do y'all like half-point PPR?
No.
Some people.
No, not even. No.
Some people like it because they think PPR is too much. Standard is too. Non-PPR is too little. So
PPR is the standard. Let's be real. PPR is the standard.
All right. Let's get to it. So they have the first pick, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, 12 users in this league. Who do you go with your first choice, CMC or Justin Jefferson?
CMC.
He said Jefferson or Chase.
Oh, I skipped Chase. Yeah, CMC, Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. Yeah. I'm Justin Jefferson all the way.
I'm going Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah, that's easy. For me, because Jefferson going to get the targets, he going to get the receptions, he going to get the yards. You know what's funny? He never gets double-digit touchdowns, though. Yeah. He had 8 last year. So you can make an argument, Jefferson, but you can make an argument for CMC, too, because CMC is going to get a lot of touches out of the backfield, and he's going to get a lot of touches on the ground. So I would say, to me, it's between CMC and Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say Chase because they have a ton of weapons out there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, if I'm going wide receiver, I'm going Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, but you can't go wrong with CMC. But if I'm you, I'm thinking about Eckler personally.
You went Eckler before CMC in the draft too. You did.
I'm thinking about Eckler because Eckler is going to get you at least 18 to 20 touchdowns between catching and running, and he's going to get you 900 yards receiving, 900 yards running. So you're going to get the best of both worlds with Eckler. Being that you got the first pick, I'm thinking Eckler over CMC. And injury prone. I love CMC, but CMC is not always healthy. Eckler don't miss games like that. So you got to value that number one pick if you're going to go somebody. You got to think about injury, because we seen somebody in this group that's up here now go number one for a running back, and he got hurt, and it kind of messed the season up a little bit. But you can't. I love him, but it's my brother down there beside me. He did it last year, but I would say Eckler over all of them. If you're saying CMC, I'm going Eckler over CMC, but Jefferson is definitely over Chase, in my opinion. What y'all think?
If I always get the chance to draft CMC, I'm just always gonna do it. That's just me personally. He gives you so much. He's gonna give you the touches out the backfield. He's gonna give you the rushing. He's gonna give you the touchdown. He's gonna give you everything. Eckler's not bad, but anytime dealing with PPR, and I just got the choice, just me personally, I'm always gonna go with a running back that can catch, just because the running backs are always at a premium. Once they go, there's a huge drop off after like the top 6. You can always find a mid-tier wide receiver that can give you just about right, a little bit underneath what a top tier can. A little bit underneath. I ain't saying they're gonna be right there. They'll be a little bit underneath, but there's a huge drop off between the tier 1 and tier 2 running backs, like a very huge drop off. So if I always have a chance to draft a CMC, Eckler, who else, like a Saquon when healthy, with Nick Chubb, I'm always gonna go that route.
Derrick Henry, don't forget Derrick Henry.
You know what's crazy? If you look at the numbers from last year, Derrick Henry had more total yards than CMC and Eckler together last year. Which is insane, because he had 400 yards receiving, and they had 1,500 yards. And he had 1,500 yards rushing. So a lot of people don't look at that. A lot of people don't look at Derrick Henry and say he's an all-around running back. But they don't.
He's a bruiser.
But they think he's just a bruiser, and he still had about 15 touchdowns last year. So, I mean, Derrick Henry, he's in the conversation, but it's crazy people don't talk about him. But for me, I'm going Eckler because I think he's more of a safer pick. Now,
injury-wise, was correct.
Injury-wise, and I think with 12 people in that league, you better go running back first. You can always come back around and get a Waddle at your back on when you come pick again. So.
Your second or your third, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You got anything to add, Tony?
I mean, I totally agree with y'all. I have Eckler in our dynasty league. I agree with Rodney. I probably would go. I like Eckler, and as far as like he stays on the field for the most part, and I think if you're going that high, like that's a safer pick. I like CMC too. I know he was healthier last year. He was definitely healthier.
That's one of the bold predictions I got right last year. I just want to say.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Stay healthy, which was good. So, but I agree with Ryan on it. Like with Eckler, he can do, just about the same thing CMC can do, and he stays on the field for the most part. So I definitely would. Eckler. What was the other one? Jefferson. It was
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Chase and Jefferson. I mean, that they both great, man. I gotta go with Jefferson though. Yeah, they both dogs. But 10 Chain Kirk gonna find Jefferson.
That is true.
Yeah, that's why I had Jefferson as my pick.
Yeah, he's gonna find.
CMC gets a lot of and rightfully so though. But CMC still is riding that 2019 season when he just went bonkers. I don't think you're gonna see that again from him. So I think you're just riding a wave that's already gone by you. But I'm not mad at Justin, CMC, or Austin Eckler. I think either one of those three is a legit good first pick. I'll probably go Justin Jefferson, Eckler, then CMC, only because I've been burnt multiple seasons by CMC. And so I promised myself I would never go number 1 overall with him again.
Let me tell you funny about that. 2019, I had the number 1 pick, right? It was CMC or it was Saquon. Ask me who I picked.
You picked Saquon.
See it.
I went Saquon, and this fool got hurt, and CMC went stupid.
Yeah.
And
Went
so,
crazy.
so ever since then, I say, I'm sorry, CMC. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Trying to make it up to him.
Yeah, I'm going to draft you every chance I get. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
You got draft remorse, chat. You got draft remorse. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is.
My season was done because of Saquon. It was over. There's nothing I could have did.
I actually had Saquon that same season, so I know your pain.
Nothing I could have did. My season was over.
Yeah. We got another question. Thanks for the last one. Like Rodney always says, hit the like, hit subscribe. And hey, join us every Wednesday. We're here doing the same thing. We can try to help you out as much as we can through the season. We got Super CNB Challengers, 10-man PPR team. We got Hurts. We haven't talked about. I'm surprised no one had a Jalen Hurts bold prediction. I think he's going to be a monster this year. We got Brees Hall, Miles Sanders, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, and Njoku. In Cleveland, we got DK Metcalf. On the bench, he has my man, David Montgomery, Drake London, Cortland Sutton, Samaje Perine, Charbonnet out in Seattle. We got Gabe Davis and Tank Bigsby. Hey, we love Tank Bigsby on this show.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? You got any suggestions for that roster?
So the question I want to know is how many. So obviously you start 1 quarterback. So
Looks like it.
and I'm wanting to know, is it a half a point or a point per?
It looks like full PPR.
Full PPR.
Yeah.
Well, I like this team.
Yeah.
I do. I
So,
like Hurts.
The good thing about his team is that he's already stacked. My advice to you is don't make any trades.
Please don't.
It's a 10-man league. That waiver roster is stacked. You don't have to make any trades.
Man.
Go in there and go get somebody. You don't have to make no trades in a 10-man league like that.
The strength of this team, I think, is obviously the wide receivers.
Wide receiver.
Oh my God.
Wide receiver is just crazy.
Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, DK. That is crazy.
I don't even understand how you get Cooper Kupp and CeeDee Lamb on the same. Cooper Kupp was not going as early as I think maybe some people were scared from his injury. He didn't go as early in a lot of the leagues we've drafted in as I thought he would. But
I don't trust Kupp, JJ. This is the injuries, man.
I don't know, man. I trust Kupp this year. I wanted to get him, but somebody snatched him from me. But I wanted to get him. I also want to know, what were you picking at? Like, what number? Yeah. That will explain to me how you got Cooper Kupp and CeeDee Lamb.
I'm thinking near the back of the first.
Near the back end and got him on the turn.
Yeah, got him on the turn.
Yeah, the snake. On the
like maybe 7, 8.
Yeah.
10-man league. But
I think
that's a nice. Like I said, I don't think I'd make too many changes unless you.
He wants to go for a running back.
That's what I'm thinking. Because Brees, you got to kind of be concerned about Brees Hall, how well he comes back from that injury.
But I like Miles Sanders this year. Miles Sanders, I think, in that Carolina offense.
Yeah.
In that Carolina offense, in the back. That's a good pick to get all of that. You probably had one of the best drafts in the league. To get Hurts at 7, that's crazy.
Yeah, I am a really big. I didn't put him in my top 5, But I think Jalen Hurts is just outside of that with the potential to be in that top tier of guys this year. So yeah, Kupp failed. He said most scared of that injury. I have Cooper Kupp, and I actually traded for Cooper Kupp in our dynasty league. And when I saw the news, I was concerned, but not to the point of a serious fear. I think it's going to be a nagging injury, but just for the sheer volume that Cooper Kupp gets in that offense, I'm not even the least bit scared of drafting him. I think this team is good.
That's the crazy part. He's gonna get you about 12 to 13 targets. Now we don't know catches, but he's definitely gonna get you because Matthew Stafford loves Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't look at nobody else.
Yeah, I was about to say, he doesn't even know the names of his other wide receivers.
Sure
do we know the names of the wide receivers?
No, we don't. And that doesn't even matter because he gonna throw the Cooper Kupp.
Do we?
So no. He gonna throw Cooper Kupp open. And that's the crazy part. The way they run their scheme, Cooper Kupp get open every time. I just don't understand it. Lord have mercy.
It's not a surprise, right? It's like everybody knows the ball's going to him, but you can't do anything about it. The biggest fear I have for Cooper Kupp is actually Matthew Stafford and how well he comes back from his injury.
Well, they say he healthy. He said he healthy. He's ready to go. So,
but I'm more scared of that injury than I am of Cooper Kupp's injury.
That's true.
We'll see. But like I said, that's a great squad. Wish you the best. Hey, come back every week. Let us know how you're doing.
Thank you. Like and subscribe, please.
If we have, I don't know if y'all have any more bowl prediction, but if y'all are ready, because I know we got teachers here. They got to go to work.
Amen.
Amen. We want to jump straight to our predictions.
I have one more bowl pick. I have a couple, but I'm gonna skip the one more. This one is for Rodney. The San Francisco 49ers will trade Nick Bosa.
No, I heard today that he's going to be ready for week 1.
Yeah, with another team.
No. I mean, I'm just saying, from what I heard today, they said that they're going to sign him before week 1. I also thought he was going to get traded because he wants so much money. He wants about $37 million, which is outrageous for his position. But they saying that he's going to get paid and he's going to be ready by week 1 in the coming week. So
that means he's going to call the team out. He's going to be traded to Houston. I'll even call the team out.
That would be nasty.
I'll even call the team out. He's going to get traded to Houston.
Well, I'll say this. I think he gets.
Washington. You said Washington? What?
No, we didn't say Washington. See,
ain't nobody talking about Washington. Go ahead.
No, nobody said Washington.
Disappear.
If he does get traded, it's gonna be like you said. It's gonna be somebody in the AFC because they don't want to see him in the NFC like this. So I don't think he gets traded. If they do, we already had a really miserable offseason as it is. That's just the nail in the coffin for me. If they do that, but I don't think so.
That defense is gonna super tank if he's not.
It's not good. The defense is not good now without him. So it's like if we don't have him, it's gonna be even worse.
It's gonna be nasty.
So I hope they don't trade him. Yeah. But $36 million for his position is a lot, to be honest with you. So
do you think he's worth it though? Being what he is for that offense.
I would say this. He's had 2 ACL injuries since he's been in the league, and it's just me. When it's time to show up in the playoffs, he kind of get missing a little bit. He doesn't regular season. He's good. Mm-hmm. He don't miss a beat in the regular season, but in the playoffs, when it really counts, he's not there. It's like he slowed down over time, and I think that's why he missed training camp and all this other stuff because he didn't want to slow down come playoffs. I don't think he deserves 36. I think he deserves about 30. But if you give him $36 million, that's literally quarterback money. And that's one of our biggest problems right now is quarterback. But they can do it because the quarterback only making $889,000. So they can do it.
So they got the money.
They got the money, but I think in the end, it's going to be so much. I think they're gonna have to in a couple of years they're gonna have to redo it or either cut them.
So what I think always happens with that is with these big contracts, I do believe it is a good old boys club,
Yeah.
and the owners do talk to each other,
Yeah, they do.
and they say, there's no way you can give this man $36 million because what are the Browns going to have to do when Miles come back up?
Yep.
What like all these other teams with these ends and the monsters, like if you give him 36,
Yep.
Miles going to want 38. Like so they definitely talk to each other. Say you
The
can't
word
do
you're
that.
looking for is collusion, and
The
that's
collusion,
what
they're like
happens.
you can't do that. They're like, we can't
Well,
yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, and that's what somebody was saying. They were saying that the players union really wants him to get paid this $36 million because they don't want to devalue the position. So they're saying basically we need you to get this 36 so everybody else like a Miles can get paid. But the owners are saying, look, bro, I ain't trying to pay him $36 million. You know what I mean? It's bad enough we paying quarterbacks $50 million or whatever. So it's bad enough
$20 million for Daniel Jones.
Yeah. So and that Daniel Jones is an average quarterback at best. So if we got to pay,
That was crazy.
It was, but if we got to pay him 36, what you think the average DN gonna ask for? 25,
22, 23,
23. Yeah. So it's like they're gonna ask for that. So at the end of the day, you like now. I hope he get his money, but I hope he don't get 36 because somebody gonna get cut at some point if we can't pay. Because they're gonna have to release somebody. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: Brandon Ayuk not gonna be there next year. You can't pay Brandon Ayuk and you can't pay Debo $20 million a piece. You can't. And you paying Chris McCaffrey $15 million? No, it's not gonna work that way. Kittle getting 17.
You just gotta raise beer by $1, raise hot dogs by 50 cents, and then we good. That's how you do it. We're gonna get this money somehow.
To the stadium.
we gonna raise beer by $1, hot dogs 50 cents.
I mean that's true. So I mean I get, but honestly I don't think he gets traded. If he does, it's gonna be sad. If he does, but I think he's there. I think he's there week 1. Right. I think he's out of shape week 1, but yeah.
What year is he in?
Oh, he's a first rounder, so he gets that 5th year option.
5th year option.
So they still got literally 2 years on the books to pay him. They just gonna pay him a year early. That's it.
All right, let's get ready to jump into these division winners. Before we do, I promised Nita I would come back to her Anthony Richardson prediction. She loves him more than all the other rookies. Actually, the rookie I'm the most impressed with after preseason is C.J. Stroud. I think Bryce Young is just too small, and his offensive line is terrible.
Yes.
My problem with, and I always make this my bold prediction, but I didn't want to be a hater on Anthony Richardson. I don't think this is a thing that's going to go well. And I said it, I've alluded to it throughout the offseason. My man has 13 starts as a college player. We've never seen anybody with that little experience come into the NFL and do well out the jump. And I think this has Trey Lance written all over it, who only had 17 starts. Anthony Richardson is a freak of nature. I get that, but 13 starts in college, we've not seen that. We've seen guys come in their rookie years and do well, but not with that little experience. I think things are going to be just too fast for him. But
I think he does. I think he does. The reason I think he does well, I'm not gonna say he's gonna go out here and blow the world up, but I think he's gonna do well because they're making it a point to put him on the field to get reps, and I think that's part of the reason because he's only played 13 games in college. He needs to be on the field. They're not. What the league is looking at is this: we're not gonna make the mistakes the 49ers made because they didn't play this kid right away. They're saying, look, we're going to play him right away. And if he ain't good in 2 years, we got a right to say, you know what?
He's not good.
He's not good.
Yeah.
He gave him opportunity.
They put David Carr out on the field immediately many years ago and ruined my man for life.
I mean, but they found out if he was good or not. David Carr wasn't good.
I think he was just in a bad situation. And no offense to the Colts, they're not that good.
Yeah,
to put a rookie out there, I think that.
But I see what Rodney's saying. Like I would much rather him. Like I'm always under the impression of I'd rather you go out there and get the reps.
Yeah.
Go out there, get that live gun action. Go out there and be with the ones, the one defense, the one offense. Because to me, it never made sense of you to bring a quarter. How better do you think it's going to be where you just pull him out there week 8, second half, and say, all right, now go ahead. He don't got no reps with the day ones, with the starters. And so now he really going to go out there and get killed. Hey, man, take your lumps early. Learn in the fire is what coach would say. Go ahead, man. I think that's much better than starting him week 9 or him at halftime at week 8, saying, all right, we benching Minshew. Go in there, Rook.
We're gonna see how it plays out. But
they're gonna be bad.
My
The one thing
expectations are very, very
they're
low.
gonna be bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna
obviously, yes.
We're gonna see if he got an arm because he's gonna be throwing a lot.
I mean, like you say, Bryce Young, like they throwing Bryce Young. In today's league, these guys coming in and they're getting guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting as much as they was like back in the day when Vic was getting those big monies coming out. But the thing is, they're getting guaranteed $35, $40 million coming out. They gotta put them on the field. That's the problem. They have to put these guys on the field. And if they don't put them on the field, you got to put Bryce Young out there. You got to put C.J. Stroud out there. You got to see what they got to make them to see if they good. And I think they doing the right thing. And if he's not good in 2 years, they can say, you know what? We made a mistake. We tried for 2 years, and he ain't good unless Zach Wilson. Is Zach Wilson good? He played 22 games, and we know he ain't good. But they ain't give up on him, but they know he's not good, though. Yeah. And they made a move for another quarterback. So they got to put him out there at the end of the day.
We're going to find out. I'm just saying it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be pretty. But let's go. How do we want to do this? Do we want to just go division by division and say who we got winning?
Let's go division by division.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's start with Tony's division. NFC East. Around the table, who do we got winning?
Cowboys.
I got the Eagles because they're really good.
I'm sorry, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. I got the Eagles.
I had to pause for a second. I was like, really?
I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles. I'm sorry.
I got the Eagles as well.
I got the Eagles. Yeah.
Tony.
Washington
Commanders.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Go ahead and embarrass yourself and say it.
The Eagles, man. The Eagles.
I think that one should be fairly easy. NFC West. Who we got?
Seattle.
I'm Seattle.
I got Niners.
Ooh, I don't.
Tony?
We all know why.
I'll roll my boy Geno, man. Geno Smith, man. He rode with Seattle.
All right, so we all agreed on the Eagles. But we got one dissenter in the group. The NFC. Why? I know why some of us don't want 49ers to win their division, even though they're fans. But Shaq, tell him why he's wrong.
I'm defensive first. I love a team with a good defense, and defense wins championships, man. No matter what a team can do on offense, if their defense is better, I'm really gonna go. I really want to rock with you, man. Defense. If defense go up and go after it, everybody healthy, I don't see too many more defenses better than that in the league.
And that's where you're wrong at. And
defense doesn't always win. I got a team that proves that.
Oh, no. This is with Bosa on the team.
Oh, this is Bosa on the team. Okay. What were you saying, producer?
I said good defenses isn't always key to winning.
You don't necessarily need a good defense.
No, you don't.
But
I got a team that did it twice.
All godly quarterback.
And 49ers.
But I'm just saying. You said defense. I'm just saying.
They're the outlier. Look who their quarterback is.
I got a team that defense was kind of crappy and they still won.
So.
Yeah, he does.
It's happened before when the Ravens won that first Super Bowl. Who were their wide receivers?
But it's different.
Who are our wide receivers when we won our first Super Bowl? if you have a defense that gets after it, you'll be all right.
Can make the difference.
You'll be okay.
But
wasn't Keyshawn on that team?
Yes.
There you go. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got to think about this.
Yeah.
I think our corner, our right corner is trash.
Okay. I'm glad you said it. You hooking. I'm glad you said that's.
I'm just speaking facts. Our right corner is not great. Our left corner is good. Our safety outside of Hufanga is not good. Um, and anybody on that D line that not named Bosa and Armstead is really not that good. The best group on that defense is our linebackers.
Right.
That's it.
If your front seven is good, don't
What-
matter who your DBs are.
I understand
the
that.
Giants, perfect example. We know their whole D line when they won their championship run.
Yeah.
That's like OC, Tuck.
But
C-
I just told you.
Who are
But
their
I-
DBs? Who
But
are
I
their
just told you,
DBs?
without Buckner, without Armstead, and gosh, I'm just saying his name. We just said his name. But without Armstead and what you call, we're not good. That right side of that, because Bosa plays the left side, Armstead plays the left side. The right side will get ran on all day long because they're not that good. So I think that's part of the problem. And then I really think the offense is going to be the weak spot, which is going to put a lot of pressure on the defense to hold it down. And we've seen it when we played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. If you keep them on the field long enough, they get worn down.
Yeah.
That's any defense. So the defense, to me, is not that good. And I think Steve Wilkes coming in, he's changing stuff to where Saleh was really good. And then the previous, the guy that went to Houston was really good. He's changing it up to where they're spacing too much, bro. There's too much spacing involved in our defense now, and I think that's a problem. We can get ran on, man. They're gonna gash us the whole year if they can't. If Bosa's not there, bro, I'm telling you, I've seen it in training camp. The defense is really not that good, bro. Outside of a certain number of people, outside of the linebacking core, they're gonna always get past that 5-8 yards, bro. I'm trying to tell you. But I mean, I could be wrong.
I could always count on Rodney to be a realist. He's like the only person that will openly trash his team. Yeah, openly.
Hey,
I mean,
I openly trash the Raiders all the time.
You had them when you had Hunter Renfrow getting 1,000 yards. You were right,
Hey,
man.
but I said the Raiders were terrible. So
Yeah, after week 7. Yeah,
After
just not saying.
I see. I'm not like your boy Steve. Steve will honestly get up here and say that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he knows it's issues everywhere.
But I told you, he doesn't say nothing bad about his teams. He won't.
I know. I know. I learned.
I will give Rodney. He calls it as it sees it for his team. Who do y'all got in the NFC stuff? That we heard Shaq already, so we know he has the Bucks winning.
Tampa Bake, baby. Tampa Bake.
That is a homer pick, by the way.
The Dirty Birds. Who you got winning NFC South, Rod?
New Orleans.
The champion of the NFC always goes to whoever has the best quarterback, whether it was Drew Brees, whether it was Tom Brady. Best quarterback in that division is Derek Carr by far. I'm with you. We got the Saints winning it. Who you got, Tone?
Yeah, that's a layup.
A layup? That's disrespectful.
That's a layup. Say, yeah, the Saints get the Saints.
Yeah,
okay.
But I will say that division is one of the wildest ones in football.
It's wide open. It's wide open.
Always wide open on that joker. But yeah, I think it's the Saints just because they have the best quarterback in that division. Who do we got winning the NFC North? I think that's an interesting one.
Let me see.
I got Green Bay.
Let me see.
Last year's vote prediction, you was all against Green Bay. So you're back on
Green
board.
Bay.
I say the Packers
Green
have
Bay.
owned that division.
Yeah,
Who you got,
I got
Shaq?
Green Bay winning.
I got the Vikings.
Tony?
Yeah, man, I gotta go. 20. I gotta go with 20 chain Kurt, man.
Okay.
20
Two
chain.
Vikings. We've got
Yeah.
one Packers. I'm gonna be the oddball. I'm gonna go completely with the Detroit Lions. I think they're legit, and I think they jump to the top. And I say this: we haven't seen the Lions win that division in forever and a day.
Ever?
Years.
Years. I look back at the last 10 years, and the Lions were nowhere to be found. They made the playoffs, I think, one of those years. But I think the Lions and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the running back duo, I think they can take, because the Vikings won that division last year off of pure luck. Honestly, we saw them get exposed the first round of the playoffs. They were just so up and down. I just don't have. Well, no one chose the Bears for a reason, and then it's just the fact that I think it comes down to probably the Vikings and the Lions, but I'm gonna give the Lions a slight edge and say they were playing some really good ball last year. I think they can
I think Kurt is gonna have those games where he just don't show up, and
Hey.
Kurt has those.
I love
He has those
Kurt
games.
for fantasy football.
But in
Yeah,
real
that's
life,
it. In real life,
Kurt do not show up
Yeah.
sometimes, boy.
It sounds so. After that quarterback documentary, there's nothing you can tell me bad about Kirk Cousins.
I know.
You can't tell me
I
nothing.
know.
I gained so much respect for that man after that documentary.
I ain't mad
You
at
can't
that.
tell me nothing bad about him.
Okay.
Like he's lame, but he's just a football player. Like he's just a football player. And I love it. Like I like this guy now.
Yeah,
Like
I do like Kirk Cousins. I ain't lying.
I like him now. Yeah.
And Washington gave him up.
Yeah.
I was at that. You like that game too. I
Oh,
swear
were you?
I was right. Oh, that first half, they wanted to kill me. That first half, I was. Oh, 'cause we were dog walking them. Oh my God.
He said, "You like that? You like that?"
And boy, that fourth quarter, everybody just looking at me. I was like, "I'll punch you in the face. Leave me alone." I was right there for that game too. Oh,
All right. So we're split on that one. But we got room for 3 wild card teams. Rod, who are your 3 wild card teams in the NFC?
Oh man.
Oh man, that's a tough one. But I'm gonna say
Wild card?
wild card teams in the NFC East.
Well, not the East, just the NFC.
I mean NFC. I'm gonna say
Show me some love, Roddy. Show me some love, man.
man, that's a tough one there, baby.
Fisher
Boy,
for
that's a-
compliments. Wants to give you some time to think about it?
No.
I got mine ready.
No. I'm gonna say because I got the Packers winning the division.
You got the Packers. You got
I'ma
the
say the-
Eagles. You
I'm
got
gonna
the
say the
Saints,
Lions.
and you
I'm
got
gonna say the Lions.
Packers. Yeah, you said
The
Packers.
Lions get a spot.
Okay.
Because I don't have the Niners winning the division,
You do not.
so we're gonna have them in the wild card. So I'm gonna have the Niners,
Okay.
One more.
and I'm gonna say. I'm
Kinda tough.
gonna say the Bucks.
Come on, man.
Love for the
I'm gonna say the Bucks, and I'm gonna tell you why. Hold up.
You all right with me, man?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you
all
why.
right with me.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm looking at it right. Falcons gonna be trash this year, right?
Yes,
Carolina probably not gonna be good.
they will be awful.
Cardinals gonna be trash.
They always are with their recent decline in Kyler Murray. Yeah.
The Rams iffy at best.
We got Stafford, so
I think the Rams are going to be very bad this year.
Yeah, the Rams. I think the Rams will be bad this year.
yeah.
And I think Chicago is very overrated. I think they still gonna lose games.
They're gonna lose a lot of games.
I think it's gonna come down to between Tampa.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be Tampa, the Lions, and the 49ers.
Okay. Shaq,
saying-
who you got?
So you don't got the Cowboys in the playoffs at all.
No, the Cowboys. I think they're gonna be right there between 1 and 4. We talking like that wild card.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you didn't have them as a division winner, they
Yeah,
got
but
to
I
be
said
wild
if
card.
you win
I'm
the
sorry.
division, they
I'm
about
sorry.
to say, yeah, you're.
I forgot about it. The Cowboys.
So you
I
about
might
to
have
dump
said-
you about to dump the Bucks?
I'm about to dump the Bucks. The Cowboys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, the Lions, and the 49ers.
That's
Okay.
cool. I got the Cowboys, Seahawks, Lions.
Tony,
Man,
Commanders.
You know he going there. Come on.
Put your boys
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Thank you, Rodney. I thought you was gonna be on my side, but I
I
guess
still
not.
can't be. I'm still not gonna be your side. I'm sorry.
All right, that's all right. No hearts
That's a
for
homework. I don't want no hearts. You can stop sending them hearts.
So I'm gonna go with Washington. I'm go. I'm gonna go Washington, Tampa Bay, and sheesh.
You leaving Dallas out?
No, I get. Yeah.
That's hate.
Yo, I thought that was bad, Lord.
Now I'm looking at my Chrome, but I'm like, sheesh, these other teams are like kind of trash.
That's what.
So just go ahead and say it. You love Jerry Jones anyway. Just say.
Just say the Cowboys.
Jerry Jones business. The billionaire man.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go. I know we gotta go. Green Bay, heck no.
Eh.
Man, man, yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna say it for you.
Just say the
Cowboys. It's the
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Let's move
Boy,
on.
the
All right.
Cowboys.
My three, of course, are the Cowboys because I think they're too good to not make it. I actually have the Giants coming back to the playoffs again, and I got the 49ers because I don't think they're the best in that division, but it seems crazy for them to not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
AFC, starting in the East, what do you got?
I got in the East. I got.
This one's actually, I think, a little tough.
Ooh, man. I'm gonna go.
It's tough.
Woo!
It's tough.
I went
It's
Buffalo.
I want to say Buffalo so bad, but I want to say
Buffalo.
I want to say Miami too.
I'm with
Yeah.
Shaq. I'm Buffalo. On this
I'm
one.
Buffalo. I gotta go Buffalo. I'm
Yeah,
going
you gotta
Buffalo.
go Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going
Y'all
Buffalo.
agree on it.
All right.
Do we have to say the West? Can we just skip the West?
No. In fact, we're gonna
No,
go
yeah.
straight to the West now. It's the Chiefs. Everybody knows it.
But that's a no-brainer.
If anybody says anything other than the Chiefs, you're crazy.
Man,
And
I'm
they
going. No,
will
I'm going
say
to
it.
Chiefs, man.
Yeah, you were a second away from being a Chiefs fan, Rodney. Come on.
I know. I'm saying the Chiefs. I'm the
Yeah.
Chiefs. Chiefs.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's easy. What about the AFC? What are we? The North.
I'm going with Joe Cool and the Bengals.
I'm going to Bengals too. Yeah, I'm
Bengals,
going to
Tony?
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. Yeah.
Well, I already told y'all at the top of the show, my predictions. I'm all in on the Steelers. The Steelers are gonna win that division and shock everybody. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
AFC South. Who by default wins that division?
Sunshine.
Good.
I'm going with the Jazz.
Sunshine
with-
and the Jags.
I'm going to Titans.
Oh, never mind. I thought we were all gonna say the Jags. Okay.
I'm gonna say the Titans because the Titans they could have won it last year. They just played bad down the stretch. They only won it at 9-8.
Yeah.
So
they weren't.
yeah,
the
they
Jags
didn't win
weren't
it that
good,
much. Yeah.
You know, record-wise, they were
Yeah.
average. But I think average beats everyone in that division. I don't.
Yeah.
I already said what I think about the Colts. I think the Texans are going to be a crap show.
yeah,
The Titans are the only ones that legitimately could challenge, but I just don't think they're going to be good. If I got to pick Trevor Lawrence over Ryan Tannehill, I'm going Trevor Lawrence all the way.
I don't even think it's about that. I think it's more
Derrick
about Derrick Henry. Yeah, I think
I
he
believe-
gonna think.
I believe in sunshine.
Okay.
Yep, that's all the division winners. Wild
Yeah.
cards again. Who we got?
I'm going Steelers,
Let me see.
Chargers, Steelers, Chargers, Dolphins.
I like
Oh.
the Dolphins. I almost picked them. Who you got, Shaq?
This one was tough. It's between four, and somebody had to get cut. So I got Chargers, Dolphins, Ravens. I had to cut the Jets. Yeah.
I don't think they just make it, bro. I don't.
I had to cut. I think A-Rod wills them over the hump just because you get certain quarterbacks that can will an extra 2-3 games out.
Yeah,
Just cause, but Justin Herbert not being in the playoffs. Just doesn't sit right for me. Like every year, like something I don't understand how he doesn't make the playoffs. So
Coaching, the coach.
Yeah, that's crazy.
coaching.
That's crazy.
It's the coach. That's why.
It is coaching. So I got
Yeah, it's
Chargers,
coaching,
Dolphins,
yeah.
Ravens.
Who are your wild cards, Tony?
I'm going. Yeah, I believe. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan.
We know.
Yeah,
We know.
dark room man. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, as long as he play well. So I'm gonna go Jets. Let's see, Jets. Miami. How the heck did Joey Herbert don't make it to?
I mean, that's 3 from the AFC East, Lord. Oh,
Yeah.
that's 3 from the AFC East.
I go with I'm gonna go with the Chargers, man.
Yeah.
You gotta put the Chargers there.
I got even though the Steelers win the division, I think the Bengals still made the playoffs. I got the Chargers. I think the only competition that the Chiefs really have in the
Mhm.
AFC West. And I actually am going to go with the Jets as well. I think Aaron. If you look at the defense, the
Come on,
uh,
JJ.
you got the Bills, and then you have the best. After that is easily
See, I
the
lose
Jets.
my heart,
And defense
bro. I got
wins
to stop.
championships. And if the Jets can be what they were with Mike White and Zach Wilson, I think Aaron Rodgers gives them everything they need to
Everything.
challenge for that.
I just
division.
think Miami offense is way too potent, bro.
Their defense was the worst. in
It
that
was,
division.
but it's
They-
an
they
offensive
just give
league.
away
It's
points.
a scoring league, and they got to keep up with them.
Hey, I think Aaron Rodgers gives them that. The Jets were terrible as they had the worst scoring, definitely in that division. But I'm trying to remember, was it the worst in the AFC? They couldn't score at all. But Aaron Rodgers changed that, and if they can score and they have that defense, I think Jets make the playoffs easily.
Oh yeah, I believe the Jets make it.
Well, that's it. We
That's
we
it.
made it through. These are our bold predictions, and we're all on tape now, so we can come back to these and see who had the best.
I got mine
predictions.
written down. We're going to keep them right here. I got mine written down.
We're gonna come back to that Baker Mayfield prediction
Tampa Bay.
in Tampa Bay and see if Hall of Fame Mike Williams can
Ooh,
make
he
this team.
said,
Hall of Fame Mike Evans.
And Mike
I said
Evans.
Mike Williams. Mike Evans. See, I was focusing on the Hall of Fame part, and I messed up the last name. Hall of
Hall of
Famer
Fame
Mike
part.
Evans can get Tampa Bay across the finish line. I hope so for my fantasy football teams.
Yeah.
But thanks everybody that joined in. Thanks for all the questions, all the comments. Hey, we got one last week to go before the games get started, so we're gonna bring some stuff for you. Hope to have you guys, Tony and Shaq. Thanks for being with us. 3A
Yeah.
and 3B.
Listen, we ain't talking about adding the fourth man. Tony can't just be coming up there like that. We got to talk about this as a unit.
Well, it was 3A and 3B. Shaq, I'm gonna have to give it to you because doggone it, we can at least see you the whole
We can't even
time.
see. We can't see Tony. I don't.
Us three got to
Technology
talk
is
about
messing
adding
us
a
up.
fourth member to this, all right? We just can't be adding people without a collective group effort.
Man,
This is true.
I don't know what happened, man. That phone worked before. I don't know what's going
we
on.
know Tony technology. We know.
Yo, Tony trying to hide because he knew we were gonna call him out on his trades.
Yeah, that's
he
what it
made,
is.
Because this man, Shaq, I'm gonna let y'all go because I know y'all gotta do your thing. Shaq,
Hey,
I'm not even gonna tell you players. Would you,
I gotta
before the
finish.
games get played, ever trade your 6th round pick for the ninth round pick for somebody else with no other compensation involved at all?
I'll tell you the players. Can I
I'm
tell you?
gonna
the
tell
players?
him later. I just want
No.
no.
We
We're
need
gonna
to
tell
go.
him, but just set up your 6th round pick for someone else's 9th round pick. Do you do
Yeah,
it?
No.
No.
and we
Now-
just
now-
drafted
now,
last weekend.
We just did the draft before the game. Now here are the
First
players.
of all, unless the trade is outrageous, I'm not trading anybody before week one. Like,
Thank
I
you.
got what's going
That's
on.
the first thing you don't
What-
trade
what-
before the games get played.
Yeah. What were the players?
You want
Jalen Waddle for Christian Watson.
Yeah, I was
You heard
gonna
what I
let
said.
Tony
Wait, you traded
confess.
Jalen Waddle? You traded Jalen Waddle already?
Yes,
For
for
Christian
Christian Watson
Why?
because he just doesn't care.
I like players like you. I just be
That's
sending
why he's hiding. That's why he didn't want to show his face.
I be sending players like you trades anything. You just accept it. I'd be like, cool, thank you.
No, you know what he said? I called him right, and I said, what are you doing? He was like, I think Christian Watson gonna do work this year. I said,
You should
okay.
have drafted him.
You should have drafted him. You had 4 chances to.
You had the chance to draft him. He was there.
He was there.
You messed up, Tony. Yeah,
Hey.
don't show your
If
face.
people like you, we got a veto button on trade and leagues, like, yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, let's veto this trade.
Yeah.
Hey, Rodney, Rodney called me right away, right? And
Yo,
then,
I was like, wait, what are you doing?
but Rodney, you saw, you understand why we did it though. You like, okay,
But no, what I
No.
said was it was both of y'all third receivers. But what I told you on the phone was if you going from a draft prospect from rankings, Waddle is ranked way ahead of Christian
Way
Watson
Jalen Waddle was your third receiver.
on his team. Yes,
yes.
That's
Yeah, my
I'm saying that.
My
Yeah,
roster-
third receiver.
yeah, his third receiver.
Who's the other two?
It was
Mars St. Brown and and Stephon Diggs.
How y'all let him do that?
Because I'm nice. That's why. I'm nice.
His receivers ain't all that. Mine just as good as his, so it don't matter.
No. That Jalen Waddle, Amon St. Brown, and Jalen Waddle. Those are 3 top receivers. Stephon, those are 3 top receivers right there.
Those are 3 top wide receivers, and he just gave one of them away.
He gave one of them away for Christian Watson.
Hey,
Christian Watson.
hey, Jack, I do, and this is what I said. I know Rodney might not agree to it. This is what I believe. Waddle is number 2, right? I know Tua's at quarterback or whatever, and Roddy was saying he still got those numbers without Tua being there because we know Tua have injury problems. I believe Watson going to still get more targets than Jalen Waddle. What did you say about that?
Do you know Waddle as a number 2 still had over 1,000 yards last year, right?
No, he had over 1,300 yards last year.
I was about to say like 1,500 yards last year.
And I told him that on the phone.
As a number 2.
I told him that on the phone. I said he's not a number 2. He's a 1B.
Yeah, just like T. Higgins, he's in the 2 role on that team, but he's really a number 1.
Thank you.
The point is, Tony, you messed up.
Yeah, you messed up, kid.
You either messed up in the draft or you messed up with this trade. In one of those situations, you messed up.
Now I know why you like Jerry Jones. You're a terrible GM. Yeah, a horrible GM.
Watch my trade work out. That's my prediction. Watch the trade work out, and I'll prove all 3 of y'all wrong. How about that?
Before we log off, my last bold prediction, we're gonna call him Tyreek 2K. He's gonna get them 2,000 yards this year.
I ain't even mad at that.
I ain't mad at that either.
He wants 2,000. He gonna get him. Tyreek 2K.
I think we both love Tua, and we love him because of those 2 wide receivers.
Tua can get 5,000 yards this year. I'm leaving.
He's not gonna stay healthy this year.
Oh, he's gonna be up there with Jameis, 5,000 yards.
5,000 yards.
But without the 30 interceptions.
Without the 30 interceptions.
30 for 30, baby. It's all right. 30 touchdowns, 5,000 yards.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy your Labor Day, and hey, one more week to go. We get some football.
Labor Day Classic. Let's go Norfolk State. Let's enjoy some football.
Hey.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna watch Prime this weekend. Watch his first college game against TCU. They're gonna get smoked. But this is gonna be. It's gonna be good to see him out there. They're gonna get the brakes beat off the.
No, they gonna get that work. They gonna get that work.
They're gonna get dog walk Saturday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, also like and subscribe. Look, man.
Hit subscribe, please do.
Season 3, we are here. Like and subscribe. We ain't going nowhere. Before we leave, quick second. I was telling Shaq, I said, man, you ain't even got the banner yet, man. You got to work on getting that banner in the back first with the RJ.
I know. I left it somewhere in Vegas on my travels this summer.
Yeah, so you got to get it down in the back. But hey, look, we appreciate y'all guys coming on, man. We're gonna make it a season thing, man. Shaq, we've got to put you on the schedule, man. Every other week.
Pencil me in, man. You
okay.
know?
All right.
Put the quality time in so I can pass some play time.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right, fellas.
Peace out.
Peace out, man.
All right.
Hey, Rodney.